Hi, welcome to Mimi Craft, your home for all things creative and DIY. I make all the mistakes so you don't have to. First, we'll start with this decorative door hanger from Dollar Tree in the shape of a heart. Start by removing the hanger. Take some sandpaper and sand down any rough edges. We'll be painting the back side of the heart. Here I'm using Hello Hobby chalk paint in the color Ruby. I like to start with the edges first. This took 2 coats of the ruby color paint. The other 2 colors you'll be using will be a medium pink and a light pink. It's best to mix them yourselves because it's awfully hard to get a really good color match in the store. And mixing your own colors is really pretty easy. Just keep adding white to the red till you get to the desired color. You're going to have to really mix it a lot. For this part, you're going to want to use a cutting mat with a 1-inch grid on it, or else draw your own 1-inch grid. You want to center the heart so that the very middle of it is running down the center line of your grid. Start by masking off a 2-inch width stripe right down the middle of the heart. You'll see as you watch the video what I mean. Move 1 inch to the right and mask off another 2-inch strip. Use the grid lines to keep your masking tape straight. Place a piece of painter's tape 1 inch to the right of the previous. Repeat on the left. When you're done, you'll have 4 1-inch vertical red stripes. I actually use painter's tape that I cut to various widths. Painter's tape doesn't come in 1 or 2-inch widths, they come in off widths. That's why this looks a little strange at first. We'll fill in those tiny stripes in a minute. There, that looks much better. Using the lightest pink, dip a stiff bristle brush into the paint and then remove the majority. We'll be using a dry brushing technique. Using a very dry brush will help the paint from bleeding underneath the tape. This is going to take a good 3 coats of paint. I think if I had it all to do over again, I may have chosen a white background instead of a red. One of the most satisfying parts of the project. You'll see a few areas of bleed through, but that can be touched up with red paint later. Now we're going to find the center point of the heart. This heart measures 12 1/4 inches. We're going to divide that by 2, which is going to give us 6 1/8. And that's a really tiny amount. I'm just going to go ahead and make my marking right at 6 inches. That's close enough to center. I don't think anybody would be able to see the difference. Make a small mark at the 6-inch level on the other side as well. Place a piece of painter's tape directly on that line. Place a piece of tape 2 inches below that. This masks off a 2-inch horizontal strip. Make sure you always press the tape down firmly. I'm going to cover that little center strip with some more tape so I don't get confused. If you look real closely, you can see that this tape is a little bit under 2 inches wide. Place a piece of tape 1 inch above. Again, mask off a 2-inch strip. Repeat the same below. This needs one more piece of tape up at the top. It should now look like this. We're going to work with the lightest pink again. Repeat the painting process like you did for the vertical stripes. Whoops, forgot a strip on the bottom. The pattern's really starting to take shape. This is the perfect time for some touch-ups. You can stop right here if you'd like, but if you're brave, keep watching. Now we're going to start adding the medium pink to the intersections of the stripes. Tape off all red areas, leaving 1-inch pink squares at the intersections. I taped off the small areas of pink peeking through so I wouldn't be confused. Using the same method as before, fill in all the squares with the medium pink. You can stop here if you want, but if you're even braver, keep watching. Now we're going to apply a nice even layer of matte Mod Podge, which can be purchased at the Dollar Tree or any other store that sells crafts. This is a really important step because we're going to be using an oil-based paint pen, and if you don't seal off the acrylic paint, you're going to get a whole bunch of bleeding. For the white stripes, we're going to be using a white paint pen. This is from the brand Sharpie. It is oil-based. Make sure you shake it very, very thoroughly and test it out before you begin painting. Place a straight edge about 1/8 of an inch to the right of that first pink stripe. A clear ruler is best. If you don't have a clear ruler, you're going to have to mark it off with pencil. With the marker placed directly against the straight edge, slowly draw it down to paint a line. If you're left-handed, start on the left. Repeat to the opposite side. When the white paint has completely dried, rotate 180 degrees and repeat the same process. When this paint has dried, rotate 90 degrees and begin painting the horizontal lines in the same manner. You can stop here, but if you're really, really brave, you can add second lines 1/8 inch to the right or left of the existing lines to complete the pattern. I decided to use a really thin ribbon. I bought this at Walmart. It was like a dollar for the whole spool. Just cut off a length, thread it through the existing hole, make a loop, and knot it. Here she is, hanging on my front door. And on my living room wall. And on one of my end tables. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please leave me a like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Really helps your girl out. If you have any questions about how to do any of this, or if you have any requests for future crafting or DIYs, please let me know in the comment section below. See you later. Bye.